Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem by Caitlin Smith.
Oh. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated.
We're just sliding down once we go to the empty seat.
You're up, Justin. Go for it. Go get it done.
When I found out I was speaking at graduation, I was ecstatic. Being able to speak here today as we come together and celebrate one of our biggest accomplishments in our lives thus far is truly amazing. It also brings me great joy to be here and get the chance to make my parents proud and truly speak from the heart. I want to take a couple of seconds to thank our friends who made going to school every day a little bit easier, our families who always put us in check but still loved us at the end of the day, and our teachers who took the time to watch us learn and grow over the 4 years. It seemed like just yesterday we were walking the halls of Henry Foss for the first time. It sounds really cliche, but I actually do remember my freshman year. On my first day at Foss, I can remember trying to find room 501, while most of us today know that there's only one room in the 500 hallway, and it's Mr. Stricker's. I finally found his class along with a group of other late students, and we started banging on the door like there was no tomorrow, because being late on the first day was not a good impression. He finally opened the door and looked at us like we were crazy. Then he made us wait another 5 minutes and said, "Try knocking again." And from that day on, we always knew, never knock more than once on Stricker's door. It's been 4 amazing years full of ups and downs, but as we walk across the stage today, I'm proud to say, we made it, Falcons! Just being here is so surreal because by the end of the ceremony, we are officially done with high school. Looking back, I feel so thankful that I was able to attend a school like Henry Foss because this diversity taught us very important lessons that no other school could. Our teachers created everlasting relationships with us. I'll miss hand hugs with Merritt. I'll miss hearing Miss J rant on about how the most infectious disease in high school was senioritis. I'll miss slaps in Miss Edwards' class. I'll miss the K&O crew. I'll miss being a part of the amazing Special Olympics team. But I won't miss frantically running around school trying to find an open bathroom. Or sprinting from class to class after the bell because hall sweeps were an actual thing. We'll have all our memories that we miss and we won't miss about high school, but those are in the past, and it's time to start looking towards a very bright future. For some of us, the future may seem scary, but beyond high school, we can't live in a world of fear. Failure is inevitable, but how you choose to learn and grow from those failures is totally dependent on you. We can let our failures overcome us, or we can turn them into something prestigious. Whether you're off to the military, going to college, or taking a year off, whatever you do it with a passion. Don't second guess yourself and just do it. Whatever your plans are for next year, do it with good intentions. Don't let others judge you based on the number of your accomplishments, rather based on the number of people you've impacted in a positive way. As Kid President would put it, be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. So as we enjoy this last moment of our high school career, remember where you came from and the people you grew up with. They have seen you at your worst and at your best. They stuck it out with you when times were hard and when you needed a good laugh. If you ever lose your way and don't know what to do next, think about who you are and where you came from, again. Because after all, we are forever Foss Falcons. And lastly, I want to thank Mrs. McGuire for being here today. She's a prime example that after today, no matter what comes your way, no matter how bad or how tough, that there is always a brighter tomorrow. And that we have to keep our heads held high. So thank you.
Good evening. It has been a part of the Foss Graduation ceremony for the last 41 years to announce the winners of the Henry Foss Scholarship Awards. These awards are pretty prestigious and sought after at Foss. 2 students get selected each year, and so the Foss family themselves are supporting 8 Foss students through college continuously, which is a pretty neat thing for them to do. This year, I'm happy to announce the winners, and when I announce them, I'd like them both to come up here for just a second. This year, the winners are Emily Ye and Baohan Lee. Congratulations. If you want to say something, you can. If you don't have to.
Thank you to all the staff for telling me that I got this. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to say that I couldn't have done anything that I've done without the help of my friends, my family, my teachers, and I'm really thankful for this. Thank you.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Wow, that was nice. All right. Okay. Good evening, family, friends, staff, honored guests, and grads. Class of 2015, we've made it. This is it. Here we are standing in front of our families and loved ones, saying goodbye to this chapter in our lives and getting ready to begin a new journey. I am so proud of every single one of us. Each of us had to make efforts to overcome challenges to make it this far. We are so different from the people we were freshman year. It's funny how much a person can change in just 4 years. All the turns life can take in those 4 years. Some of us had friends we swore we would have for the rest of our lives. Others of us lost loved ones. Life was a roller coaster. However, we persevered. A wise man once told me, life has a funny way of turning itself around. He was right. So as we go out onto this real world, as they call it, let's hold on to the memories we have made in high school. Remember during sophomore year, or any year you took chemistry or science, Ms. J showed us the science safety video for that year. I'm sure we can all relate to how boring the video was and how awkward the shower scene with the two guys was. Giggles and snickers swept across the classroom. So a couple of friends and I decided to make a new and improved safety video. I volunteered for the shower scene. It was by far one of the most memorable experiences, being able to shower in a classroom in my swimsuit. It was cold. Let's remember the things that have made us who we are today and shift our focus to who we aspire to become. Remember all the people we have learned from and all the lessons we have learned. Let's remember each other and the impact we have made on each other's lives, whether it was someone who simply smiled at you in the hallway or your new best friend. Let's remember our teachers, our counselors, our families, and all the adults who took time to help us and who never gave up on us. Let's always keep in mind that no matter how hard life is getting, it will turn itself around. I love this quote. Life is what happens when you're too busy making other plans. I can't express how true that is. My fellow Falcons, life is beautiful, it is precious, and most importantly, it goes by quickly. Enjoy every second of it. High school is the first stepping stone in our lives. Here we go into the world. Here we go into becoming the people we are meant to be. Cherish every moment. It's beautiful. Be there. Don't just exist, live it. Congratulations, class of 2015. Thank you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, by a wind off the sea, like a stream that meets like a boulder, seed dropped by a halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you. Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
I've missed you. Some of you missed me. My name is Bonnie McGuire, and I am honored to serve you as principal of Foss High School. We have lots of guests tonight. We are honored to greet Ms. Carla Santorno, our superintendent, Dr. Joshua Garcia, our deputy superintendent, and Ms. Karen Vial, our school board director. Also joining us are central office administrators, principals from our graduates, earlier schools, and nearly all of our Foss family. Thank you especially to Jan Parsons, Nancy Scarberg, and Mike Appleby for organizing our graduation, our most important moment of the year. You know, Mr. Jones and I josh with each other about how he's your school dad and I'm your school mom, maybe grandma. But you understand. And when I was down for the count, Mr. Jones didn't say I was done, and he did not allow me to give up or to give in. He said, I'll watch over Foss until you come back. I'll make sure we make it. And you know what? He did. Thank you to my dear, dear friend, Mr. John Jones. You know, graduates, I know you're learners. You're here today because you appreciate and understand learning and its value. There are so many kinds of learning. Some lessons are especially hard to understand, hard to accept. Even when something bad happens, our minds and our hearts can learn something. It is never, ever too late to learn what's important and what matters. I'm going to give you 10 lessons. It'll be very fast. If you take even one and apply it, you've made your graduation an opportunity for learning. Lesson 1, say the hard words. Here are some of the hardest. You were right. I was wrong. And the hardest of all, I am sorry. Lesson 2, tell the people you love that you love them. Tell them often, say it simply and with truth, I love you. Lesson 3, if you talk about something long enough, it will become obvious what to do. Communicate, think. You'll know what should happen. It'll come to you. Lesson 4, doing what's right is always harder than doing what's wrong. There is never an exception to that rule. Doing what's right is harder than doing what's wrong. 5, everything is personal. 6, people tend to take on the characteristics of those around whom they spend the most time. Hang out with people who are kind, responsible, loving, and honest, and you will be more kind, loving, responsible, and honest. 7, don't do to others what you wouldn't want them to do to you. 8, live a life of service and ethics. 9, make the world better. It's not as hard as some people think. Do what's right and do no harm. Boom, the world is better. 10, laugh. Laugh as often as life will let you laugh. Laughter makes the world better. Graduates, 2015, you and I and Mr. Jones started at Foss together. We care more about you than we have the words to say. We love you. Every adult in this room cares about you. We wish you love, health, peace, contentment, and laughter. And so, by the authority vested in me by the state of Washington, I pronounce that these students have met graduation requirements as stipulated by the state of Washington and Tacoma School District Number 10, which would entitle them to a diploma. And I hereby present the class of 2015 to our Superintendent of Tacoma Public Schools, Carla Santorno. I love you.
Congratulations, class of 2015. This is such a special occasion. The culmination of years of hard work, the actualization of goals attained, and the acknowledgement of your years of your successes that you have achieved. I'm so excited to be a part of this ceremony tonight and to be with you to show that you have traveled all these last 4 years. Some of you have all started this journey differently, some with strong steps, some with tentative steps, some baby steps, and maybe some missteps. But you're all here today today standing strong. I urge you to capitalize on all you've learned. Continue to be characterized by empathy, compassion, objectivity, and a willingness to take risks. We wish you everything you so richly deserve, and it is certainly my honor and privilege to celebrate this achievement with you. So, with the assurance of Principal McGuire that this class has met the requirements for graduation, it is my pleasure to present this class of 2015 to School Board Director and Vice President Karen Vial for graduation. Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you, Superintendent Santorno. It's a great honor for me to be here. This is one of the great things that school board members get to do because as you sit here and are about to graduate, and you will in a few minutes, it's a culmination of 12 or more years of hard work, and it's why we choose education in the K-12 system to get you to this point. It's also special for me to stand here tonight because my three sons are Henry Foss graduates, 96, 97, and 98. So I have a special place in my heart for Foss Falcons. I want to give you a challenge from my generation to yours. A long time ago, back in the year I graduated from high school, and yeah, dinosaurs were roaming around. In 1961, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, was inaugurated as President of the United States. A young man who had come through a very difficult and bitter campaign, taking over a nation that was in the midst of a war, a Cold War as it was called, whether or not we as a world would survive. We saw divisions within our country between black and white, an economy that was in recession, and he gave a very inspiring inaugural speech. I think that those of us who were there, who heard it on that day, will never forget. And I want to read the last line of this to you because it inspired my generation to pick up the mantle and be involved in our community. He said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And what that meant was, don't be thinking about yourself and don't be expecting someone else to do what you know that you need to do for your fellow citizens. And my generation embraced that. As I look around Tacoma and I see people from my class and later in my generation who have become community leaders in many, many ways. And what President Kennedy was asking us to do was to care about each other. And we as a country have moved away from that. You are the start of a new generation. They haven't given ours a name yet. Some people have said that mine will be the generation of steward-based leadership. I'd like to see yours be the generation that brings civility, kindness, and caring back to America. Now, I guess, do I dare say this, but my son told me today, he said, "Mom, you got to say, Falcon Power." And I want to wish all of you a wonderful and great life, and truly get involved and give back, because there is nothing greater in this life than knowing that you touch someone's life. So, by the power vested in me by the state of Washington, with the assurance of Superintendent Santorno that you have completed the requirements for high school graduation, I declare the class of 2015 of Henry Foss High School graduated. Congratulations, and God bless all of you.
Whoa.
Justin Michael Tran.
Keon Lowry.
Vauhan Lee.
Sarah McDowell.
Monica Lynn Tumaneng Villanueva. Nueva, sorry.
Maritza Fernandez.
Asarham Youssef Nasir Nesbitt.
Caitlin Smith.
Dennis Trin.
Jackson Franklin.
Marilyn Ty.
Peyton Wilkie.
Maria Fiorino.
Angel Barajas.
Micelle Fields.
Dakota Burnett.
Leslie Viesca. Goretti Davila.
Tristan Demaray.
Zonea Loren Bert.
Tristan Stevens.
Michael Tyrannique Hankins.
Xana Condon.
Marissa Bigsby.
Braden Malik Shamar Slater.
Karen Chavez.
Jose Martinez.
Nicole Ripley.
Mike Alexander Ortiz.
Andrea Garcia.
Alexis Kellyanne Jennings.
Shayana Marie Pendleton.
Ulitzi Romo.
Asiana Adulinet Spates.
Dakota Henson.
Anjay Williams.
Natakul Taratong Kul.
Christopher Keys.
Scott Jones.
Dylan Moore.
Luis Sanchez.
Madison Hagstrom.
Taylor Keenan.
Jessica Jasmine Chavez.
William Monga.
Jacqueline Joanne Chavez.
Sean Glenn.
Tavia Hall.
Scott Nelson.
Jesse Jolie.
Gunno Jung.
Markel Armand Parks.
Jimmy Nguyen.
Jalen Hollingsworth.
Colin Artero.
Tyler Labizanaire.
Hong Tran.
Isaiah Smith.
Hannah Franklin.
Anthony Perez.
Brittany Murphy.
Waskar Carpio.
Jesus Perez.
Isaac Correa.
Mike Dang.
Nicholas Gonzaga.
Jose Jacinto.
Jerusa Salas.
Sergio Barajas.
Sakantia Ross.
Ashley Guadalupe Guerrero Campas.
Alejandria Carano.
Oliver Sandino Magellan Palma.
Donnelly Ramirez Lacunas.
Devon Pinkett.
Monique Robinson.
Huey Doe.
Lakia Creech.
Devontae Cruz.
Anthony Wynn. Heen Lee.
Michael Coquet.
Jamal Peterson.
Alofania Fa'alava'au.
Min Vong.
Chris Scooby Reynolds.
Jacqueline Wynn.
Jakai Jordan Harrell.
Michelle Coe.
Sam W. McMahon.
Tammy Tran.
Mariah Graves.
Teen Lau.
Samantha Velasquez.
Trin Vaughn.
Veronica Marley Silva.
Tui Pham.
Alexia Marie Correa.
Lani Tron.
Tajane Williams.
Toon Tron.
Jomasia Michelle Gorey.
Nirmala Krishna.
Taylor Kopczynski.
Angelita Mateo.
Thank you. Quael Heim.
Silka Branson.
Jasmine Miller.
Gregorio Arangon Jr.
McKenna Lowry.
Jamie Rollins.
Summer Keenum.
Yesenia Rodriguez.
Savannah Hennessy.
Ezra Forney.
Skylar Miller.
Brady Dillon.
Kirsten Alexandria.
Ina Skinner.
Stephen Shaw.
Scott Curtis.
Tuesday Tate.
Shavante Unique McCummings.
Sean White.
Demetrius Jackson.
Trayvon Jackson.
David No.
Rachel Latilla.
Tabby Touch.
Brianna Jones.
Avatni Putemavong.
Gary Stevens.
Solinda Cho.
Andrew Malali.
Mina Nago.
Alex Volk.
Tuyet Ni Lee.
Willie Lambert.
Mariana Nunez B. Rodriguez.
Jacob Cornforth.
Alicia Tiafilo.
Franklin Rodriguez.
Sarah Santana Patino.
Tyree Butcher Davis.
Fatin Samae.
Christina Wittenberg.
Ayla Ludolph.
Marcel Emmanuel Christopher Augustine.
Cassandra Jimenez.
Keyshawn Craig.
Natalie Penn.
Amelia Williams.
Kendra Nelson.
Emily Ye.
Alex Norton.
Emma Rue Johns.
Sean De La Torre. Tillman Robson.
Alex Celia Holman.
Brandon Mason. Michael Tulifoa. Roberto Munoz. Byron Orange. Tanya Narcissus. Carrie Thornton. Khadija Regina Wiley. Marcella Trent.
And that's a wrap for the class of 2015. Off we go to another glorious day, which can only be great if you can say, I'm a Henry Foss Falcon, full of spirit and pride, and I love to hold it down for Henry Foss High.
Class of 2015, please stand and join me for the turning of the tassel. From right to left. 1, 2, 3! Woo! Have a great life, Falcons!